All right, I was going to do a timer, but I guess we're not going to do that now. And that's okay. That's all right. So, welcome. Happy belated Memorial Day to those of you who do celebrate. I want to say thank you to all of our veterans. I am not one, but I want to say thank you to all of our veterans for all that they do. Without them, the kind of stuff that I'm doing right now, while they didn't develop the technology, they developed the freedom for us to do this. And not have to worry about some government shutting it down and saying you're not allowed to do this. So I want to say thank you to them in that respect, because without them, this does not happen. So I do want to say thank you to them for that. Now, one of the things the main thing that I want to talk about today, in the limited time that we have, and we're only going to go about 20 minutes or so today, but I think I can cover this whole thing in the time that that's going to be necessary to do this. So what I'm trying to do is get back to my, my overlay? No, it's not my overlays, it's my scenes. And this is some behind the scenes stuff that you're now checking out. Let's see here. Where were my scenes? I don't remember. But so you have lots of different choices when it comes to ways that you can create something that you own. And if you have ever been on one of my lives before, you know that I am all about create something that you actually own. Never rely on a platform to pay or compensate or reward you for what you're creating. You gotta absolutely decide for yourself that you are going to take control. You have to have control. And one of the ways for you to have control is to, as I move this over, that is to decide on a platform that you're going to use. And with that platform, figure out what you need most from that platform. Okay? So figure out what you need most from that platform, and then you can go right ahead and you can choose whatever that thing is. All right, I am trying to get my screen share here. Where is my screen share? And you know what? We're going to put up a little, although we're going to change this. We're going to change it, because we're only going to go, well, this is about right, but you know what? We'll leave it as is. We don't need to edit the countdown, I guess. So we're going to go a couple minutes less than what this currently says. So that is good. But what I want you to do is I want you to understand that you need to own whatever it is. And one of the things that I think is very powerful is to choose something that is going to give you the flexibility and all the things that you need to take complete and total ownership. The other thing that it's going to allow you to do is not only take complete and total ownership, it's also going to allow you to control not only the message, but also the everything about it, really. I mean, you're going to be able to, and look, guys, this was not scripted, okay? This was just something that I had been doing something over the weekend. Where was it here? Was it here? What was it here? Okay, we did that. We did that. We did that. Oh, here we go. This is what it was. So we're going to publish this. There we go. All right. I am... See, because here's the thing. You may not know this, but I am... I am juggling this with a full-time job. All right. So one of the things you get to learn how to do whenever you do things like this is you get to multitask. And so you're seeing me multitask in real time. So let's move this and make this a little bit smaller so it's not in people's way. But so you're getting a chance to see me multitask in real time. Now, one of the things that I asked the folks in my group is if they had any questions to go ahead and ask them in the community, and then I would be happy to address them here. So let's see. Not that. Let's see here what's going on in the community. Let me get this first. There it is. Okay, so it's published. I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to come over here and... Oh, no. What happened there? Craziness. I don't know what happened there. All right, and this is the advantage and the disadvantage of live. So you never know what's going to happen. And where was I here? And see, that's the thing. Sometimes these things are really organized. And quite frankly, guys, sometimes these things are because I don't get the opportunity to do necessarily a lot of prep. And, you know, sometimes they are kind of off the cuff. And that's why I fully believe in just being yourself, right? You just fully believe in being yourself. And one of the cool things about being yourself is people get to see you as a flawed human being. A human being that doesn't necessarily have it all together, right? We don't necessarily have it all together. That's what I wanted. I didn't want the code. I wanted this. See what we got. Now we're talking. All right. So what we're going to talk about is, no, that's not actually what we were going to talk about. What's going on here? Yeah, this is what I wanted. I wanted this. Okay. Well, can I? Well, I can move it over like that. So, all right. So we are calling this the Ultimate Creator Platform Showdown. And the reason we're calling it that is because I am going to, as quickly as I can, I'm going to compare these things. All right. And let's see. Let's see if I can get this in full screen. Nope, that's not what I want. That's copying code. I don't want to do that. I did not want to copy code. All right, published. And then here, so it's published. Copy the link. There it is, right there. Awesome. That's what I wanted. Okay, so here we are, right? So we're going to start with Kajabi. Now, this is one that a lot of people know. They are familiar with this platform. And here's the thing. So what we're going to cover in these 20 minutes, and I think that's about all we've got left. Yes, we're right at 20 minutes. So here's what we're going to cover. 9 platforms. And we're going to talk about the individual platform breakdown. We're going to talk about the full features that they need, use case matching, hidden costs, simplicity score, and the verdict. Okay? So here's what Kajabi does well. Truly all-in-one courses, email, website, pipelines, no transaction fees on any plan, professional grade, sales funnels and automation if you want to go that route, strong brand reputation, customers know and trust Kajabi, excellent course delivery and completion tracking, and a built-in affiliate program management. Okay? Here's what it does not do well. Here's where it falls short, in my opinion. It's $149 a month. That's absolutely too much for most people, because here's what's going to happen. You're going to start out, right? You're going to start out and you're going to be like, okay, if I can't make any money from this right away, I'm dishing out $150 minimum every single month. And so basically I'm losing money, and you don't want to lose money. So the community feature is kind of an afterthought. And for me, because we're talking about building paid membership programs, a community feature is critical, right? There is a steep learning curve. This is not intuitive. It's also not very user-friendly, especially for my age group, which is 40 plus. There's no gamification, and we've proven through research that people like things that they can turn into games. And if there's no gamification or ways that you can mechanize the engagement in your group, it feels very corporate. It feels very professional. It feels very stuffy. So it's not a creator type of platform. It's not informal. It's not just friends talking with one another. And so for anyone who doesn't need email and funnels, and I argue you don't need email and funnels, Kajabi is just overkill. You don't need that much. And again, $149 a month. So keep that in mind. All right, so here's Circle. It is a clean UI, and don't even ask me what UI means. It is a technical or a programming term that members enjoy. It's got flexible spaces. You can have posts, you can have chats, you can have courses, you can have events, all in one. It's strong, live events, right? Cohort courses, features. You've got white label options and available higher plans. I don't even really know for a membership why you would need white label options. It's got solid workflows and automations for member onboarding. It's a good mobile app experience, which is important because I didn't see anything about Kajabi having a mobile app. Here's where it falls short. Again, no native gamification. Points and levels require workarounds. And you don't want workarounds whenever you're trying to do something that you have to do in your off hours, right? Transaction fees on lower plans, 1% to 4%, which isn't a game changer. It's not really a deal breaker, but transaction fees, do matter. It can get expensive fast as you add features. So Circle is very what we call a la carte. If you want to add a feature, you got to pay extra for that feature. So it's like going to the buffet and thinking you're going to make out because the buffet is $3.99, but if you want a dessert and you want this extra entree or you want to substitute this entree, suddenly you're paying more than you would for an actual entree. So it can get expensive fast. It's less intuitive for members who aren't tech comfortable. Again, very important for my generation. Weaker discovery, hard for new members to find content, and there's no built-in affiliate tools. And as you realize that one of the best ways to grow is through affiliate programs, you're going to find out that that's not that great. What Mighty Networks, the next of our 9. What Mighty Networks does well. Longest track record of any community platform. But I am going to caution you that just because it's been around the longest doesn't mean it's the best. It does have courses, it's got events, it's got live streaming, it's got chat included, strong member discovery, and networking features. Native mobile apps. Again, white label options, don't know why you would need them. Supports multiple sub-communities under one roof. That's interesting. That is certainly a benefit. And it's an affordable entry point compared to Kajabi. Because while Kajabi is $149, Mighty Networks is $41 a month. So basically, you're running your community for $41 a month. That's not bad. But because it's been around the longest and because they are the biggest, baddest boy on the block, they're a little lazy. Their programming feels outdated and clunky compared to other modern alternatives. Transaction fees are up to 3% depending on the plan. It is overwhelmingly, now this is really a scary thing to hear, overwhelmingly complex to set up. Higher learning curve. Member experience is inconsistent across devices, which means they don't have an app, right? No meaningful gamification. And support has been historically slow and hard to reach. That's a major red flag for me. Coursera. This is one you actually see advertised on television. It is a massive built-in user audience. 100 million registered learners. Strong brand association adds credibility to your content. Yes, it does. Accreditation and certification programs are available. So if you're trying to teach AI, there's a certification program you can go through so you can be qualified to teach AI. Oh, no upfront cost to publish, and it's a revenue share model. Now, this is interesting. A revenue share model generally means that somebody who didn't create your content is going to share in your profits. I don't know how you feel about that. I'm personally not a huge fan. It's great for academics and corporate training, but here's where it falls short. You don't own your audience. Coursera does. So that, in my mind, that doesn't make it any better than a social media platform. If you don't own the audience, then what is it good for, right? Revenue share is unfavorable. Creators keep a small cut. Now, I don't know what that small percentage is, but a small cut, that scares the living hell out of me. No community or membership features. I'm out. If there's no community, because look, Coursera is just courses. Anybody can go online and get any courses. But what happens when you can't understand the course, or you can't finish the course, or you have a question about the course? There's nobody there to help you. Right? It's extremely hard to get accepted as an independent creator. This is interesting. Zero relationship building with students. You are a content supplier, not a brand. Again, I'm out. Now, WAP. Here's something that grew really quickly, and it grew on platforms like TikTok and Instagram. What it does well is it's lean. You can get to market extremely fast. You can set up in hours, although there are ones you can set up in minutes. It's got a built-in marketplace with discovery and traffic. Sells anything. Access, communities, tools, bots, content, you name it. There's no monthly platform fee, just a revenue share. Stronger with younger internet native audiences. Again, not my 40-plus people. Integrates Discord, Telegram, and other tools natively. Here's where it massively fails. Community features, practically non-existent. It's primarily a storefront. And the thing about membership and the thing about a community is people don't want to be constantly sold to. So they don't want their platform looking like a storefront, and they don't want it treated like a storefront. 3% fee per transaction compounds fast at scale. So the brand perception is internet hustle. It's not premium. It's not exclusive. It's not unique. It's very much a bro marketing hustle culture. A lot of people are turned off by that. I know my generation is. It's because we don't trust it. No course builder, gamification, or curriculum tools. Well, if you can't teach inside of your community, then what's the point? Hard to position yourself as a serious transformation platform. And member relationships are thin. It's transactional by nature. Again, it's a marketplace, not a membership. Let's go on to Patreon. Now, Patreon is very well known. But what a lot of people don't understand about Patreon is the downsides. Beloved by fans, yes. Extremely trusted with brand supporters. It's simple, tiered membership models. Easy for fans to understand. It's great for creatives, artists, podcasters, writers, musicians. A lot of times you'll see people on YouTube say, support my Patreon. And they'll have their Patreon in their bio. Built-in audience trust. People are familiar with it. The payment familiarity, they are familiar with that. Low barrier. Fans feel like they're supporting, not buying. All right, so it's a loyalty over learning platform, but it's not really for educational content creators. Again, it's for creative types, but it's for entertainment creator types. High revenue share. You pay up to 12% of every dollar you earn with Patreon. So you're getting dangerously close right there to what Hormozi calls the profit margin threshold. Again, no courses, no curriculum, no structured learning. Well, you can't teach on a Patreon. Somebody can just support you. If you're a music artist, they can support you. That's great. That doesn't help somebody who's trying to get a transformation, though. Community features are basic. No gamification or XP. It is, again, fan support, not a professional community. It's hard to position because you can't offer a transformation to somebody because there's no way for you to create a transformation for anybody. And then churn is high. Fans cancel when content slows down. All right. Now, Discord. Real-time chat creates genuine buzz and community, so you get an interactive feel to it. It's free to use, lowest barrier to entry of any platform. Now, that's key. It's extremely customizable with a server structure. You have bots and integrations for nearly anything you can imagine. And it's good for the young, tech-savvy audience. Again, not good for my audience. Where it's not built for educational content creation is no monetization. Charging members is basically hooking up other payment platforms within Discord and just sending those people there. That's very clunky. And that also creates distrust when people have to leave a platform to pay you. Right? All right, no course builder, curriculum, or progress tracking. Again, if you're trying to teach somebody something, Discord is useless. Content disappears fast. There's no organized knowledge base. It's chaotic for serious learners and professionals. It's funny. The platform that I use that will be at the end of this, the platform that I use, I bought a program from somebody, and although they're teaching the program inside of the platform, they use Discord to communicate with their members. And I'm like, why? It's all right there in the platform. I don't know why you would do that, but it's chaotic for serious learners. It's hard to position as premium because it's Discord. I mean, it's it is basically blogs and things like that. And look, I mean, if you see this little controller here, it's for like Twitch people and stuff like that, right? It's overwhelming for non-gamers and older demographics. Again, I'm out. Go high level. Now, this is probably one of the best marketing platforms there is. It is extremely powerful. It's got customer relationship manager features. It's got pipelines and sales automations. You can white label and resell stuff. So it's good for marketing agencies. It's actually really good for marketing agencies. You do have text and email and voicemail drops and like an omni-channel reach, right? It's all built in there. You can create websites, you can create funnels and form builders. That's all included with your Go High Level. It's excellent for lead generation businesses, and it replaces many tools at once for agency owners. Thus why it is the most expensive, hands down. $97 a month is the basic package. All right, it's the basic. It can go up to $297 a month if you want all the features. It's not designed for community, no member engagement, very steep and overwhelming learning curve. It's built for only tech-savvy users. Community course features, they're basic add-ons, not core strengths. It's overkill for solo creators and membership community builders or owners. They're solo creators. They don't need all these agency tools. There's no gamification. And it feels clinical and corporate, not creator friendly. And if you're just a solo creator, you don't want clinical and corporate. You want frenzy, right? You want a thing where people feel like they are communicating with a friend. You don't get that there. Now, transparency in full. Me, Skool. I am a Skool evangelist, if you will. And I'm going to show you Skool because this is the one that I use. Now, what's interesting about Skool is what was created here doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of what's happening currently because this information is not completely up to date. All right. I will be totally transparent. I used my knowledge plus the knowledge of Claude to create this little slideshow, and some of it's outdated. So I'm going to have to update it for you. Number one, flat $99 a month, no transaction fees or tier confusion. Actually, that's not completely accurate. Skool actually has two, and let's show you these. Skool actually has two tiers. Whoops. Hang on a second. So, and if you use your link that is in, or use my link that's in my YouTube here, to create your community, you have two options. You have a $9 a month on the monthly plan. It's called the Hobby, and it gives you most of the basics. Unlimited members, courses, videos, live streaming calls. A downside would be the 10% transaction fee. But if you're just starting out, and you're brand new to making any sort of money online, and you're trying to build an audience that way, keeping 40 out of every $50 that you create is pretty good. There's no custom URLs, and you can't build affiliate programs. But it's $9 a month. That slideshow did not take that into consideration, and yes, there are fees, but $9 a month. Now, with the Pro plan, which is the one I've been using, because in the beginning, when I was getting started with Skool, all we had was a Pro plan. It was always $99 a month. There was never a Hobby plan. That's a newer development. But you still get all the same unlimited members, courses, videos, unlimited live calls. As a matter of fact, at the Pro level, you could have as many as 10,000 people on a live call. Now, usually for that kind of webinar type of capability, you would normally spend maybe $2,500 a month to get webinar style capabilities. 2.9% transaction fee, so it drops by 80% almost, right? You can get a custom URL. And when I say non-custom URL, basically it would be like John's Community 1234. Right? So it's not customized. You can't take the 1, 2, 3, 4 out of there. At the pro level, you can. And you can develop your own affiliate program with literally just the click of a button. And you can see that right here in my community, I'm telling people that I am going live. So you've got all of that stuff, right? You've got it all at your hand. Now, look, I don't believe that you need websites because this is the equivalent of a website. And through all the data that they have shared and all the metrics they have shared, these things called about pages, they convert way better than funnels and websites. Way, way better. Okay? So, there's that. Well, what happened here? All right, so it's way better than that. There is built-in gamification. One of the things here about Skool is every time you get a comment or you get a like, you develop points. And then the points within these leaderboards can be used to promote engagement and gamify the process. Like my friend Donald here. Donald is number 1 over the last 30 days. Obviously, the 30 days are almost up. But and so he's going to get a prize for being the most engaged member of my community at the end of the month. He will be our winner. So there is a massive gamification possibility here. Community, classroom, and calendar all in one place. I'm going to show you this super quick because I've got to wrap this thing up because I've got to go back to the daily life, right? So here's classroom. So you can build out your classrooms and you can see the progress inside those classrooms. Calendar, you can build a calendar of events just like I'm building here, just like everybody knows that my YouTubes are every day, and they get a daily notification that my YouTube's going to happen. So you'd have community, classroom, and calendar all in one place. Dead simple setup. If you have ever in your life, if you have ever posted on your own Facebook page, you'll know how to paste in here. You literally give it a title, you write something, and then you have some cool things. You can add attachments, you can add links, you can add videos, you can add polls, you can add emojis, and you can add GIFs or GIFs, whatever it is you call it. All right? So super simple. Super simple to create things in the classroom as well. You just come over here and you just say new page. And you hit the little pencil, you give it a name, and then off you go. And then if you decide you have something that didn't work out and you want to get rid of it, you just delete the course, right? And this course is widgets, and that's like a fail safe, so you don't delete something you need, and then you're done. And then you can create a new course at any time. You can make the courses available to different tiers of people depending on how your program works. So it is very, very user-friendly, very easy to set up. I mean, you can literally set one up in 30 seconds, and then you can build it over time. Okay? You have a games competition that drives organic growth. You have, just clean, intuitive experience, strong network effects, growing the platform with momentum. They have just done some things now where you are able to get better search and discovery capabilities. So there's no native emailing. You don't need it. Okay? You can email your members every 72 hours, but you don't need an external tool. No sales funnel or website builder built in. You don't need it. The About page is good enough. white labeling, again, don't need. Yes, it's a newer platform. There's already 25 million users, and Alex Hormozi himself owns 50% of it. So I don't know about you, but I would bet on that guy. And analytics are basic compared to John. I actually would disagree with that as well. Look, I can go over here at any given time with my community, and these have improved. I can tell you how many people have visited my community over a period of time. I can see where I am in discovery with that. I can see, let's go back here. I can see specific growth. I can see signups. I haven't had any lately. I can see MRR, new MRR. I can see my members. I can see how we've grown in members. I can see the engagement level of my community, and I can see how many people I've retained, and I've lost no one in my community over the last, whatever it is, month and a half, something like that. So, in a nutshell, this is a very powerful tool. And the thing about this very powerful tool is that you are able to do everything that you need to do without all the heavy stuff, right? You don't need all the other heavy stuff. And so that's it. All right. I personally, and again, this is total transparency, I have been using Skool for 3 years, and I highly recommend Skool because with Skool, the future is unlimited. 25 million users, 200,000 groups, and their goal is to get to 1 billion users and 1 million communities. So there's plenty of room to grow. And Alex Hormozi himself has projected that within the next 24 months or so, this platform will be generating $4 to $6 billion in revenue overall. So for me, that's like Microsoft in 82 or Facebook in 2008 before they even decided to monetize it. But guys, that's the end for me. If you have any questions on this, you can check out any of my other lives. You can drop a comment in there, or you could drop a comment here on this live. But we're going to wrap it up for today. I thank you for joining me, and we'll see you again tomorrow.